All right, we're here on game day with Baker University head men's basketball coach Sean Dooley. Coach, you guys just wrapped up a tough three-game week last week. You had games on Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. Talk about last week, kind of recap that for us, and what you hope to, get back at it this week.
Yeah, it was a tough week. Anytime you throw three league games in 1 week, that's hard on everybody. And then the fact that we had just one of them at home, two of them were pretty long trips. Added with a little bit more adversity to it. But I thought our guys did a good job and handled each game individually and had good focus with it. We played William Penn here at home and did some good things in that game, but just did not do what we needed to do for 40 minutes to beat a team of that caliber, here. And then on Thursday, I thought we went up to Peru State and played really well. Again, I think they're right there at the top of the league, and to get that win and beat them there on their court was huge for us and gave our guys a lot of confidence. But again, for that to happen, we did what we needed to do and did it well for 40 minutes and didn't really have any lulls in the game, which sometimes we've had. And then on Saturday, we turned around and went up to Grandview and led most of the game, but the game was right there. It was 1 or 2 possession game both ways, but just didn't get in any offensive flow. And, probably credit Grandview for that. They defended us pretty well, and we didn't make the shots that we've been making, and, especially from the outside, but still had a chance to win that game. But didn't get the stops when we needed to, and then on offense, didn't execute and had some unforced and very costly turnovers late that caused the game to flip and go in their favor, and Grandview made the free throws down the stretch, so we're able to come back. But hopefully, it was a tough week, but a learning experience for our team. Still, everything's always the same here with this league. It's you got to play well. You got to play well for 40 minutes if you want to give yourself a chance to win. And doesn't matter where you are or where your opponent is in the standings. Whoever plays better that night is going to come out on top. So our guys, I think, understand that, and now it's just being able to string together not just one good effort on a night, but to do it multiple times in a week and try to get a little confidence going as we move forward.
Your team has picked up 2 top-tier wins in the conference, at Graceland, at Peru State. What are some things you guys did well in those 2 road wins that maybe you can try and bring into these games against Benedictine and Mid-America?
Well, it's really interesting. I mean, if you look at us so far as this year, we've played 10 times better on the road than we have at home. We feel like we are 2 different teams, really, for whatever reason. So we've talked about it a lot. I think when we go on the road, our guys focus. There's obviously fewer distractions for them. Our team cohesiveness is much better. So we need to be able to do that here. You think playing at home in front of your fans and everything else. But whether it's an experience, a maturity thing, they've got to be able to, not have it be a distraction and actually have it be an advantage for them. So obviously a big game tonight with Benedictine coming in here, kind of one of the bigger rivals that we have, them and with Mid-America. So I'd expect the crowd to be pretty good, and hopefully we can feed off that energy and use it all to be positive. Hopefully our team cohesiveness will be similar to what it is on the road, and then we've got to learn how to be able to focus and play in front of our fans. And so tonight's the next challenge for that. And hopefully we'll be able to learn from the past experiences that we've had and play a good game.
You'll have a Benedictine team, an American team this week. Right there in the middle of the conference standings. What have you seen out of both Benedictine and America that have kept them with that above 500 record?
Well, Benedictine has been playing pretty well of late. They kind of started off well and then kind of hit a little stretch in there where they lost some close ones, probably weren't playing as up to their capabilities. But now, over the last couple of weeks, started the second semester, they've got rolling again. And so, with Benedictine, they're always big, tough, physical team. Always starts with them on the defensive end. They make it very hard for you to score, whether in the half court or pushing the tempo and everything. They do a good job of controlling controlling the game and playing at the pace they want to play at. So that's obviously one of the first things with them. And then, another thing is they've got a point guard that's been there for 4 years, 4-year starter, John Harris, all-league player that really does a nice job and not just controls the team, but runs the game for them. And so he's obviously going to be a big key for us. And so, with them, that's the biggest thing. I think consistency. Night in, night out. They've over the years have teams that do what they do and don't really let their opponent dictate the flow. So tonight, hopefully, our guys will come out ready to play and execute on the offensive end and also defend them, because they've got guys that can really stretch the floor and shoot the three. So they'll put a lot of pressure on us defensively as well.
How about Mid-America? You guys will hit the road and take on, your crosstown rival in Mid-America. Had a game here against them already early in the season. Now you go on to the second half of the Heart. But talk about Mid-America and what you've seen in them in the past.
Well, the crazy thing with this, with our league expansion and everything, is we played them before Thanksgiving. It was like the third week of the season. So I know that their roster's changed. They've added a few guys since the last time we've played. So it'll be a completely different team, not only just because they've added some guys, but, teams change frequently throughout the year, especially when you consider how long ago it was that we played them. So it'll be completely different. The game will be, I'm sure, than the first time we played them. But if you remember, we came out and we had a lead on at a half, I believe, but that lead evaporated quickly. They came out ready to play in the second half, and we didn't. And then, it was kind of back and forth game, and they made the plays down the stretch that allowed them to get the win here. So, again, two different flows in the game, the way Benedictine and Mid-America want to play. So anytime you play Mid-America, it's all about first priority is just stopping them in transition, try not to give them easy buckets. So that'll be a big focus for us. And then offensively, they're as good as anybody really in our league, not just in transition, but also in the half court. And so we'll have to go back and look and see some of the things we did well in that game and try to clean up some of the mistakes we made. But again, they've got new pieces in there, different rotations and everything else, as well as we're playing differently than we did at that time. So it will really kind of seem like it was the first time we played them. I would expect the game again to be completely different.
Well, Coach, thank you very much for your time, and good luck this week.
All right, thank you.